The Easter event was the very first special event in Grow a Garden. It happened from April 19th to April 27th, 2025. During the event, players could earn a new kind of money called shekels and meet a mystery character named Poppy, who brought lots of rare and fun items. To join the event, players had to find Poppy in the middle of the map, but her shop didn't open right away. You first had to give her 30 kilograms of golden fruits or plants. These could be anything with gold in the name, like golden tomatoes or golden coconuts. Once you gave her enough, the Easter shop would open. The Easter shop sold special items like chocolate carrot seeds, red lollipops, candy sunflowers, Easter eggs, and the super rare candy blossom. The shop restocked every hour with random items, and each one had a limited amount you could buy. One of the most popular items was the chocolate sprinkler. It made nearby fruits turn into chocolate for 1 minute. After that, players could pick chocolate fruits from their plant. These chocolate fruits sold for a little more money than normal ones. For example, a regular tomato might sell for 39 coins, but a chocolate tomato could sell for a bit more. Even though that sounds good, many players felt the sprinkler wasn't worth it because it cost 500,000 shekels. The event also added new seeds like orange tulip and daffodil, and a special grape seed. These weren't just for decoration, you could grow them, harvest them, and sell them for high prices. The Angry Plant event came right after Easter and was the second big event in Grow a Garden. It added a talking plant named Jim, who looked like a Venus flytrap. He wasn't very friendly, he was always telling players to feed me and gave out one quest at a time. To play the event, you had to bring Jim a fruit, veggie, or flower that matched his request. He would ask for a certain crop with a specific size, and sometimes it had to be wet, chilled, frozen, or even shocked. There were 50 total requests. Every time you gave him the right item, he would eat it out of your hand and give you a basic seed pack. If you finished all 50 quests, he gave you a special premium seed pack as a reward. But these quests weren't easy. Some crops needed weather effects to work. You had to wait for rain to get wet plants, snow to get chilled or frozen, and thunderstorms to get shocked ones. In the video, the player spent days trying to get a chilled dragon fruit, and even longer to grow a shocked grape before finally finishing the whole list. Players used tools like lightning rods to boost their chances, but even with that, many quests took a long time. Some plants, like eggplant or mushroom, were especially rare since you couldn't buy their seeds. You had to get lucky from the packs. Even though the drop rates from the final pack were low, just 0.5% for some seeds, most players still enjoyed the event because it gave them a real challenge. The Busy Bee event was one of the biggest updates in Grow a Garden, centered around a brand new Queen Bee NPC right in the middle of the map. Every hour, a swarm event would begin. Bees flew out from their hive and scattered across nearby plots, pollinating plants and giving them a special new mutation simply called pollinated. But you didn't have to wait for the swarm. Certain bee pets could also pollinate fruits on their own, even when the event wasn't active. Once your crops were pollinated, you could take them over to the honey compressor near the queen bee. If you dropped in at least 10 kilograms of pollinated fruit, the machine would compress it over a few minutes and reward you with honey, the brand new event currency. That honey was the key to unlocking everything else. Inside the Queen Bee's shop, players could spend it on the exotic flower seed pack, 2 new fruit types, nectarine and hive fruit, a honey sprinkler, bee eggs to unlock pets, and tons of new cosmetics like the honeycomb, honey walkway, and honey fountain. The bee pets were the real game changers. The queen bee, for example, could magically pollinate nearby fruit every 24 minutes and even refresh another pet's cooldown. There was also the petal bee, which had a small chance to make flower fruits stay after harvest, and the bear bee, which couldn't pollinate, but instead turned fruit into honey-glazed versions with huge selling bonuses. Players quickly discovered that pollinated fruit could sell for way more than normal. A regular rose was worth just 69,000 coins, but a pollinated one jumped all the way to 262,000, and honey-glazed fruit was on another level. A gold lilac sold for 10 million, but a honey-glazed gold lilac went for 34 million. Even some honey-glazed sunflowers sold for over 67 million coins. But what made this update really special was how much it added at once. New crops, rare mutations, passive pets, and even custom furniture you could rotate in any direction. Some players got excited just for the cosmetics, while others focused on stacking mutations with lightning storms to make big money. The Lunar Glow event was a long and tricky event in Grow a Garden. It started on May 10th, 2025, and ended on May 31st, lasting 3 full weeks. A new character called the Wise Old Owl was added. He asked players to bring him shiny moonlit fruits in exchange for points, which were called lunar points. To get moonlit fruits, players had to wait for night. Night happened once every hour and lasted only 10 minutes. During that time, fruits that were already growing could start to glow. Any fruit could turn moonlit, even simple ones like carrots or grape. So before night started, players planted lots of crops, sometimes hundreds, to increase their chances. When night came, players quickly checked their gardens for moonlit crops like glowing carrots or bananas. They took them to the Wise Old Owl, who gave them lunar points in return. As they earned more points, they unlocked rewards like night eggs, night staffs, and animals like the kiwi, hedgehog, and the final prize, the owl. There was also a rare version of night called the blood moon. It happened randomly, about 1/3 of the time. During this, fruits could turn bloodlit, which gave even more points when given to the owl. Players could also buy rare items from the Blood Moon shop, like the Blood Kiwi or Blood Owl. Even though the event was hard, it gave players the chance to win items that normally cost a lot of Robux, like the Night Egg, which cost 129 Robux. In the video, a group of friends played together for hours, helping each other plant, harvest, and turn in crops. By the end, they reached the final goal of 100 points and picked one player to win the owl using a spin wheel. The Blood Moon event began on May 17th, 2025, and ended on May 31st, 2025. It was part of the bigger Lunar Glow update and brought a spooky red moon to the game. When the Blood Moon appeared, players could grow special, bloodlit fruits, dig for rare items, and battle a strong boss to earn limited time rewards. The Blood Moon didn't show up every night. It had a 33% chance of happening instead of a normal night, which meant it usually appeared once every 3 hours. When it did, the night lasted for 15 minutes instead of the usual 10. During this time, players' crops had a chance to turn into bloodlit versions, which gave 4 times the usual reward. The night staff could also be used during regular nights to turn crops bloodlit manually. Each time a blood moon started, a boss called the Direwolf spawned in Cinder Cave. It had 3 heads, 55,000 health, and used burn damage instead of normal attacks. Players had just 17 minutes to defeat it, and if they did, they earned special loot like the Dire Scepter, summoning candles, blood moon chests, and a fang shovel. That shovel had double strength during the blood moon and gave a 25% chance to make items come out with a clawed mutation. Another thing that showed up was the Blood Moon shop. It rose out of the ground when the blood moon began and sold rare items like the Blood Owl, Moon Melon, Star Collar, and Night Seed packs. These items cost a special event currency called shekels and were only sold during the event. After the event ended, the blood moon could still happen, but the shop stopped appearing. Some items found during the event came with new effects like Clawed or Gargantuan, and others were even higher than Divine Rarity, now called Prismatic. There was also a brand new shovel called the Beast Slayer that did extra damage to bosses. If you hit perfectly in the minigame, it could summon a laser that dealt half your boss damage as a bonus. The game even gave a 12-minute warning before the blood moon started, so players had time to get ready, and once it began, you could dig anywhere. You didn't need to go to a certain place. The Summer Harvest event started on June 21st, 2025, and lasted 2 weeks, bringing new crops, shop items, and a special way to earn points and rewards. Every hour, a 10-minute harvest event would begin. During that time, players had to place summer crops into a basket to earn harvest points. If a player didn't put in any crops, they wouldn't earn anything. This system encouraged players to act fast once the event started. Points were based on how many crops you submitted, and special versions like gold or rainbow crops gave even more. 2 extra points for gold and 3 for rainbow. Players earned rewards based on how many points they gathered, with better prizes given at higher point levels. You had to get 1 point over the line to reach the next reward tier. The 4th of July event was a short celebration that lasted only 24 hours, starting on July 4th, 2025. During this event, a special NPC named Uncle Sam appeared beside the seed shop with a limited time stall called the 4th of July shop. His tent had red, white, and blue stripes, a bald eagle wearing a top hat on top, and a clear sign reading 4th of July shop. Inside the shop, players could buy 5 exclusive items using shekels, the event currency. These items were all available at once and did not rotate like other shops. The most expensive item cost 7.4 million, and the total price to buy everything was 66,270,000 shekels. Even though the shop wasn't supposed to restock, it did so once, after 30 minutes, likely due to a bug. This event was different because of how short it was and because it referenced real-world American themes. Both the Bald Eagle and the July 4th crate were priced at 7.4 million, as a nod to the date of Independence Day, July 4th. The prehistoric event started on July 5th, 2025, and ended on July 19th. It introduced a new island with dinosaur-themed mechanics, pets, and crafting recipes. The main goal was to collect dinosaur eggs by using a machine called the DNA machine, located at the back of the island. Players could insert any pet except dinosaurs into this machine. After 1 hour, the pet would turn into 1 to 6 dinosaur eggs, or rarely, into a full dinosaur. Rare pets had a better chance of creating dinosaurs, and this was confirmed in-game by Graham, the NPC standing next to the machine. The machine could be upgraded by turning in prehistoric plants to berry. Upgrades made the machine faster and more rewarding, eventually reducing wait time to just 24 minutes and unlocking crafting for better eggs like the primal egg. The event also introduced prehistoric quests, given out by an NPC named Blair. These reset every 12 hours and rewarded players with ticks. Ticks could be traded for prizes like ancient seed packs, the Bone Blossom seed, and the long-neck dino statue. Later, bonus quests were added, which had no cooldown and allowed players to farm ticks faster. One major highlight was the Bone Blossom, a plant even stronger than the Candy Blossom. Players could unlock it by doing quests daily throughout the event. It gave higher coin yields and was part of several crafting recipes. Crafting also played a big role. With Dino Eggs, players could make useful items like the Mutation Spray Amber, Dino Crates, and Ancient Seed Packs. These took time to craft, with some recipes requiring an hour to finish. The event also introduced 12 dinosaur pets, including the Stegosaurus, Raptor, and T-Rex. These had unique abilities that boosted gameplay, such as dealing more damage or helping with farming. Players could hatch eggs to get them, or just keep farming eggs to craft more rewards. To help with pet management, a new pet storage upgrade system was added. Players could trade in older pets to unlock up to 25 extra storage slots. The Sun God event was one of the most unique weather systems ever added to Grow a Garden, and it first appeared during the game's Friendship Update. Unlike regular weather effects that automatically apply changes, this event required players to take part in a rare ritual to unlock its full potential. When the Sun God event began, a giant golden monkey appeared over the map, spreading warm golden light across the sky. But instead of mutating crops on its own, the event challenged players to work together. The goal was to present 4 harvested sunflowers to the Sun God NPC at the same time. If done correctly, this would trigger the exclusive Dawnbound mutation, which only worked on sunflowers. Getting a sunflower, however, wasn't easy. The seed could only be found in the flower seed pack sold in the honey shop, and it had just a 0.5% chance of appearing. Players who were lucky enough to get one had to grow and harvest it before the sun god showed up. Then find 3 other players who had done the same. If 4 players presented sunflowers together during the event, the golden monkey would grant the Dawnbound mutation, turning their crops into some of the most valuable in the game. A single Dawnbound sunflower, even without any extra boosts, could sell for at least 20 million shekels thanks to its 150x multiplier. The Sun God event wasn't always random either. While it could happen on its own, it was often triggered directly by Jandel, the game's creator, using admin commands. Whenever he joined a server, players would rush to prepare their sunflowers, hoping to catch the rare moment when the golden monkey arrived. The heat wave is a weather event in Grow a Garden that causes the sky to turn a bright, vivid blue while the sun above grows larger and starts to vibrate. If you're playing with sound on, you'll hear a strange laser-like noise which matches the glowing rays shining down on the server's farms. When the heat wave begins, a small sunshine icon appears in the top corner of your screen. Clicking it shows the message: Heat wave, higher sun-dried fruit chance. During this event, pale yellow sun rays move across all gardens like fast beams of light. If a ray touches one of your crops, it can get the sun-dried mutation, which gives that fruit an 85 times cell multiplier. That makes it one of the most valuable weather effects in the game. To boost your chances during the heat wave, there's a special tool in the gear shop called the Tanning Mirror, which costs 1 million shekels. Once placed, it shows a large green circle on the ground to mark the area it affects. The direction doesn't matter. The mirror redirects up to 10 sunbeams before breaking. By comparison, the old lightning rod only redirected 3 lightning strikes and cost the same. Overall, the heatwave event is one of the best chances to earn big, especially if you have rare or expensive crops ready in your garden. Keep an eye out for the sudden blue sky, the glowing sun, and those sun rays. You might just walk away with a crop worth millions. The laser event in Grow a Garden is one of the rarest events in the game. It doesn't happen by itself like rain or frost. Instead, it can only be started by one of the game creators, usually Jandel. When the event begins, a giant golden monkey that looks like Jandel shows up in the sky. He wears a crown and shoots pink lasers from his eyes. If a laser hits a crop, it gets a special plasma mutation. This makes the crop glow bright pink and doubles how much it sells for. It's one of the best mutations in the game. The pink glow can look like other effects such as shocked or disco, but the plasma mutation is different because it only comes from this event. Since the event is started by an admin, it's hard to know when it will happen. The best chance to see it is right before a big update, when Jandel sometimes joins the game and does back-to-back laser and disco events to surprise players. One time, during the Farm Cosmetics update, the laser event caused so many players to join that Roblox almost crashed. After that, Jandel said he might not do it as often to avoid breaking the game. Still, no one knows for sure, so it's always good to be online during big updates, just in case it happens again. If your crops get hit by the lasers, you could earn a lot of money fast. The Mega Harvest event was a summer update that added new seeds, pets, decorations, weather changes, and a special shop. The main part of the event was the harvest board, where players dropped off fruit to earn points. For every 1,000 points, they got 1 summer coin, which was a new kind of money used to buy event items. The number of coins you got also depended on your reward tier. Prismatic fruit gave the most coins, while common fruit gave just a few. Players could spend their summer coins at the harvest shop, which had things like the summer seed pack, oasis crate, oasis egg, and one-time use items like the burnt mutation spray. The burnt mutation made your fruit worth 4 times more. The best seeds in the shop were Delphinium, Lily of the Valley, and Traveler's Fruit. Delphinium sold for about 35,000. Lily of the Valley sold for 40,000, and Traveler's Fruit was the best, selling for almost 50,000. Some other seeds were added outside the shop too. You could find new ones at Tom's shop and the crafting station, like Rafflesia, Pitcher Plant, Peace Lily, Aloe Vera, and Guanabana. One of the biggest surprises was the Mega Harvest Weather, which showed up randomly. It didn't happen every day, but when it did, it doubled the summer coins you got from using the Harvest Board. As for decorations, the Oasis crate had palm-themed items and a rare surfer statue that had a 5% chance to drop. The crate took 60 minutes to open. The Oasis egg gave you 5 new pets: Meerkat, Sand Snake, Axolotl, Hyacinth Macaw, and the very rare Fennec Fox. Each pet had a special job, like helping with harvesting, copying fruit effects, or changing mutations. There was one more pet not in the egg: the hamster, which made crafting 30% faster every 3 minutes. Finally, the harvest shop refreshed every 30 minutes, just like it did in the Queen Bee event. The Aurora Weather event is one of the newest weather types in Grow a Garden, first appearing during a surprise mini update about 7 hours before a bigger update went live. It was officially added in the Mega Harvest update on June 28, 2025. When the event starts, the sky glows with northern lights, and a message appears in the top right corner saying Aurora, 50% growth speed, meaning your plants grow faster than usual. But the most exciting part is the Aurora mutation, a glowing effect on plants that boosts their value by 90 times, x90, making it one of the most powerful mutations in the game. The Aurora only appears at night, which happens once every hour in-game and lasts about 10 minutes. Some believe it's random, like other weather, while others think admins sometimes trigger it manually. There's no gear yet to summon it yourself, so the best way to catch it is to log in before big updates, when surprise weather or admin events are more likely to appear. The Tornado event was part of the summer season update in Grow a Garden, added on June 21st, 2025. It didn't have a quest, shop, or any special character. Instead, the event introduced a brand new weather type called Tornado, which looked like a giant white funnel in the middle of the map. Sometimes it even spawned smaller tornadoes too. The goal of the event was to get a rare crop boost called the Twisted Mutation, but there was no button to press or quest to accept. You had to wait for the tornado to spin through your garden. If it passed over your crops, there was a small chance one of them would start spinning with wind effects and show a tag that said Twisted. That meant the mutation worked. Crops that became twisted were way more valuable. A regular fruit could jump to 5 times its normal value just from getting that twist. So one simple tomato or grape could suddenly earn you 5 times the coins. Since the tornado moves randomly and the twist doesn't always happen, some players tried to increase their chances. They planted multi-harvest crops like strawberries or grapes in wide open spaces, usually near the center of the map, so more plants had a shot at getting twisted when the tornado came by. To join the event, you didn't have to do anything special. Just play during the summer update and keep an eye out for the tornado. If it shows up, get your crops ready, let it pass through your garden, and hope you get the twist. Even though it was a short event, many players liked it because it made their gardens look cooler and helped them earn coins faster, especially when the twist landed on high-value crops. The Monster Mash World Record event was a one-time celebration in Grow a Garden that took place on May 24th, 2025. It was created to try and break a player count record, but the huge number of people logging in made the Roblox servers unstable. Many players were kicked out or got error messages, and some weren't able to see the full event. If you did make it in, a large concert stage appeared behind the pet eggs and gear shop, along with a dance floor that showed up during the final 1 minute and 45 seconds before the countdown ended. The developer posted messages in-game about the server issues and congratulated those who managed to stay online. Once the timer hit 0, every player on the server was forced into a Monster Mash dance animation. Right after that, a message popped up saying, "You just got a Monster Mash potion trophy." Many people were confused because the trophy didn't show up right away, but that's because it was part of the upcoming Farm Cosmetics update. Once that update rolled out, a new Wrench and Hammer button appeared in the top left corner of the screen. Clicking it opened a menu where players could place decorations in their gardens, and the Monster Mash Potion trophy was added to this menu for anyone who joined the event. The Frost Weather event in Grow a Garden is the only way to get crops with the Chilled mutation. This weather shows up randomly, and when it does, your screen shows a snowflake icon, and your character starts shivering. There's no way to trigger it. It just happens on its own. While frost is active, your crops grow 50% faster, and some of them might get the chilled effect. These crops look icy, with light blue colors and frozen particles. If you get one, you're lucky, because chilled crops are worth 2 times more when you sell sell them. Sometimes, if your crop already has the wet mutation before frost hits, it will become frozen instead of chilled. Frozen crops are even better because they sell for 10 times the normal price, but this only happens if the crop is wet before the frost starts. Players usually prepare by planting a lot of fruits and leaving them ready to pick. Then, when frost comes, they quickly harvest them and hope some become chilled or frozen. You'll also need chilled crops for the Angry Plant event, where the hungry plant might ask for a specific chilled item to complete a quest. Without it, you'll have to wait for another frost event to try again. Even if you don't want to sell them, chilled crops look amazing in your garden. Many players just keep them for decoration because of the icy glow. So next time you see the frost icon, get ready. It's your best chance to grow rare, valuable, and super cool crops. The Disco event in Grow a Garden is a rare, admin-only weather event that can't happen on its own. It only shows up when one of the developers turns it on during a live update or event. When it starts, a glitter ball icon appears in the corner of your screen. If you click it, it says, Disco. Small chance for fruit to turn. Disco, with the word disco written in rainbow colors. As soon as it begins, the song It's Raining Tacos plays loudly, and your avatar starts dancing automatically in front of your garden. Even your pets can join in the dance if you hold them. The ground and background flash with rainbow colors while the music plays, turning your whole farm into a party. But the most exciting part is what happens to your crops. During the Disco event, any fruit growing on your plot has a small chance to become a disco crop. These crops start flashing neon colors and look completely different from anything else in the game. Just like with Thunder or other events, there's no way to know which plant will be affected or if you'll get one at all. If you're lucky enough to grow a disco plant, you'll want to use the favorite tool to lock it so you don't sell it by accident. They're that special. The event doesn't increase crop value by a set multiplier like Celestial or Molten, but disco crops are still considered rare and valuable because they look amazing. The Chocolate Rain is a secret weather event in Grow a Garden that causes a rare crop change called the Chocolate Mutation. This event doesn't happen by itself like other weather. It only shows up when a game admin turns it on using special commands. When the event starts, the sky turns brown and chocolate rain falls. If your crops are already growing during this time, they can randomly become chocolate. These chocolate crops sell for double the normal price, which makes them helpful for players who want extra coins. You'll usually see system messages pop up in-game right before the rain begins. The best time to catch this event is during update countdowns, when the developer Jandal sometimes spawns multiple admin-only events back-to-back, including Chocolate Rain. There used to be another way to get the Chocolate Mutation, through a gear called the Chocolate Sprinkler. It was first added in the 2025 Easter event and then returned during the Summer Harvest event. When placed on your farm, it gave the chocolate effect to all nearby plants, but now, the sprinkler is no longer sold in shops and can only be found through trading, making it very rare. The Sandstorm Weather event was added to Grow a Garden on July 5th, 2025. When it starts, the whole map turns dusty yellow and the screen shakes like a real sandstorm is sweeping across your farm. During the sandstorm, crops have a better chance of getting the Sandy Mutation. This mutation doesn't change how the plant looks much, but it makes it more valuable. Some players even noticed that if a plant is already wet and then gets the Sandy Mutation, it can turn into a rare Clay Mutation instead. The event doesn't last too long, but while it's active, planting and harvesting quickly can give you some good rewards. Many players wait for sandstorms just to try for Sandy or Clay plants and sell them for extra coins. Even though it's not as flashy as other weather events, the sandstorm is still one of the best times to boost your garden's value. When the Obby event starts in Grow a Garden, a bunch of Roblox blocks fly into the sky and build an obstacle course. You'll see jump pads on the ground. Use them to jump up and reach the start, but be careful. Some of the jumps are tricky. Especially on the second group of pads, the first bounce might be short and send you falling down. The course looks simple, but it has a tricky part. There's a row of round platforms. One of them is safe, the other one drops you. The safe one changes every time the event runs, so you just have to try your luck. If you finish the course, you get a reward, the jump pad cosmetic. It works like the ones you used to climb up. You can do the obby again and again to get more of them, but you can only play the obby event when the developers start it. This usually happens about 1 hour before a big update, so if you want to catch it, stay online during that time. There are no plant mutations, just the cosmetic prize for beating the challenge. A new event dropped in Grow a Garden, and it gave players one of the rarest pets ever, the Chicken Zombie. This pet was added in Update 1.0 6.0 on May 17, 2025. It came during the Blood Moon event and was only given to players who joined before the update released. When you enter the game, a cutscene plays. A zombie jumps onto a chicken, runs into the Wise Owl, and turns into the Chicken Zombie. After the cutscene, the pet becomes yours. You can place the Chicken Zombie in your garden. Every 25 to 29 minutes, it has about a 20% chance to turn nearby fruit into zombified fruit. Zombified crops sell for 25 times their normal value. That's one of the highest in the game. You can feed the chicken zombie with mutated crops like gold bamboo or shock strawberries to help it gain XP and boost that mutation chance even more. In the video, the player calls it almost the rarest thing you can own right now. Only 4.6 million players ever got it. After that, it became unobtainable. This pet might not come back, so if you missed it, you'll need to wait for the next event and hope it's just as good. The Meteor Shower event was added during the Blood Moon update and quickly became one of the best weather events in Grow a Garden. This event only happens at night, and it's very rare. It has a small chance of showing up during the Blood Moon event, which itself only happens about 1/3 of the time at night. Because of that, players often have to wait over an hour just to see the meteor shower start. When the meteor shower begins, stars fall from the sky and land in random places. If a star hits your plant, it gives the celestial mutation, which makes that plant sell for 120 times more than usual. This makes it the most powerful mutation in the game, but since the stars fall randomly, they might miss your best plants. To help with this, you can use a gear called the Star Caller, which you can buy from the Blood Moon shop for 12 million shekels. If you place it next to your best fruit, it will pull stars toward it during the meteor shower. Each star caller can only be used 3 times before it disappears. The Volcano Weather event was part of the Working Bees update and brought one of the strongest mutations ever added, the Molten Mutation. This event didn't show up randomly like rain or thunder. Instead, it was manually triggered by the developers, which made it much rarer. When it started, a giant volcano rose from the ground and exploded, with a warning on screen that said, "Disaster warning, volcano eruption. Stay away from the volcano." Some players wondered if standing too close could damage them, though this wasn't confirmed. Lava rocks dropped from the sky, and some players found that every plant in their garden turned molten. These molten plants glowed orange and yellow and sold for 25 times their normal price, making it one of the most valuable mutations in the game. The molten effect might have worked like an area mutation, where everything near the volcano was affected at once, similar to the lightning and falling star events. Players who logged in before the update went live also got a free cooked owl pet, which gave special mutation support. This pet was only given to people who joined just minutes before the update dropped, making it one of the rarest pets so far. The volcano event has only happened once, and it can't be triggered by normal players. That's part of what makes it so special. A short, powerful event that gave huge rewards if you were lucky enough to be online at the right time. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, and you also might enjoy watching these. Thanks.